back to Cozy Apps with the Naps. We have
Curly,
Ariana,
Jasmine to be exact,
and we have Bianca. And today we are doing a seafood boil mukbang. We do have corn, we have potatoes, crab, shrimp. There's a lobster swimming around somewhere, and of course we have a butter sauce. So today we're gonna get into talking about different topics such as Black Lives Matter movement as well as coronavirus. So I'm gonna start off with you, Miss Lady. How do you feel like coronavirus has affected your life?
honestly, I feel like it's affected my life because I had plans this summer to go out of town to Florida, and it's not gonna happen this year. So yeah, it's affecting my life. Not to mention, you gotta worry about your child as well. Like I have one-year-old. I have one child, but I have a 3-year-old, so she still has to go to daycare while I work. And it's crazy because one of the kids at her daycare was infected with the coronavirus. Luckily enough, she was not there when they came. And so luckily enough, she didn't contract it because I had to take her to get tested. But, it does affect your livelihood. It does make you worry about yourself as well as your child and your family members as well, and who you surround yourself by. So it has affected me in that way as well. And you can't do nothing for your children as well because you can't take them out to Chuck E. Cheese. You can't do nothing. Like you can't do anything. So yeah, it sucks. Quarantine has sucked. On that matter, on to the next, Bianca.
A lot of self-reflection, I think. Coronavirus happened. I think I was just very content with just. I was very content with just being alone and being alone.
I don't think Ari could have handled this any more discreetly. What do you think?
It made me realize that there's more to life than that.
Yeah.
It made me want more things. So.
It actually gives you.
You have a lot of time to think. What's important. I didn't know what was important before.
I feel like coronavirus, it affected me because I work 2 jobs. And when you work in healthcare, there's a lot that goes in that, especially with corona. I worked with elderly people. But in my everyday life, I don't really feel like it affected me because I wasn't like the type of person that would always have to go somewhere or do something. So, corona, I'm okay with staying in the house. I'm okay with being isolated. You do miss, kind of hanging out or going somewhere when you want to. But for the most part, it hasn't been that bad for me.
I'm trying to figure out how she done wiped her chin a few times and it's still on there. How is that
It's
possible?
just like the option of being able to,
Right. Like if you want to go to the store at Walmart and 10 o'clock at night, you no longer have that option.
How do you feel about how it affects the black community disproportionately compared to the majority race?
You mean coronavirus?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like coronavirus kind of affects people equally.
They're saying it affects us more because of hypertension and diabetes.
Well, I think that comes from choices that people make, like eating better, things like that.
True. That's very true.
But
I can't argue with that.
I think overall, coronavirus is just... It's at this point, I'm just when will it end?
Yeah.
Do you think that it will go back to normal after?
No, absolutely not.
You think this is the new normal?
Yeah, I do. I think people don't even realize what the normal is going to be.
Honestly, I think that this is just to conform into one new world order. Honestly, we should have one world.
Well, hello, Ari. This is the non-existent secret society called the Illuminati. We hear, we know, and we see. We will find you and your damned wigs.
Y'all see this wig though? Oh my gosh. Wig is so sad. They have like one world religion and one everything, and you know, it's control. The government wants to control us. They want to tell us like when to come in the house, what time is curfew. You know, they want to tell us, oh, y'all can't be out this past time. Like, it's just control. It's just all control. And yet, we're listening because we don't want to get it, you know, it's just mind control.
I also think that people don't really, this is like not the norm. Like people in America haven't really experienced anything like this. So it's like, they're still trying to figure out, okay, what do we do? Do we lash out? Do we rebel? Where does that get us? I think it's a lot of different things that go into that. Because, I mean, we've never really experienced anything like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time they shut down things like this was in 1918 when the smallpox happened.
Yeah. And then you think about it. They tell us about everything is all in movies. Like they tell us, they give us subliminal messages in movies.
That's why I watch science fiction, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
Because
give
it's
us
not
like there's
fiction,
a movie
you know.
out there called on Netflix called
Contagion?
yeah.
I've seen that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With what's his name? Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, I don't know.
There was a movie called something, I forgot, but it had Cuba Gooding Jr. in it. It was just a reflection of everything that is going on now. So, you know, that's why I'm just like, they tell you, if you really think about it, there are Illuminati directors. That's why they're able to fully, you know, orchestrate everything and what's gonna happen. They tell us everything before it actually happens. So they give us warning signs. If you're like, oh no, if you're being nonchalant, oh, that's not gonna happen. It's just a movie. Well, think wrong. Just like The Purge. I think there's gonna be a purge as well coming soon to theater. Yeah.
Because you gotta think about how many people don't really
Believe in that.
not even believe in it, but don't educate themselves.
Yeah.
Or don't really pay attention to the news or the signs or anything like that. It's just like think, oh, I'm gonna wake up and everything's gonna be the same. Like there's people even in the events that are happening now that are still oblivious to what's going on and think that, oh, things are gonna change and go back to normal, but they're really not.
Yeah, and that's so true.
How do you know that purge is not happening right now?
The way they're killing us black people and hanging them and lynching us,
I don't think that's any different.
I think they're trying to go back to Harriet. I ain't even mad though because
I just feel like they're more comfortable now. I think that like the whole situation with the riots and everything is kind of opening their eyes, but I feel like some people are very complacent. And I mean, it is a scary situation.
It is, yeah.
And you really don't know what to do, but
Or what to expect.
right, it's like, why did this one incident out of all the incidents that have happened with taking Black lives, why was this the one incident that impacted the most? That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I also would like to know why all of a sudden everybody's jumping on this Black Lives Matter, you know. And, you know, I feel like it's pandering.
Mm-hmm. And they're making money off of it too.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I try not to speak on things like that.
No, you should.
I was watching a soccer game, FIFA, last night. White dude, the coach had a Black Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah.
But you can look at him and tell that he don't give a fuck, right?
They don't give a damn.
I feel like it's
They just profiting off of us.
not necessarily a trend, but I mean, we live in a society where social media is very prominent, and if one person's doing something, the next person's doing it. Like, how many trends do you see? I'm not saying that Black Lives Matter is a trend. It's very important, but I feel like there are some people that just jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
I feel like your bun trying to jump off the side of your head.
Take away the authenticity of it.
Mhm.
The whole movement.
Even races outside of black people. Like, I feel like, yeah, there are some races out there who, you know, really feel like, oh, okay, you know, we do care about black people. We do like black people. You know, they are human. But other than that, there's people who's out there just really just destroying us. Who's out there just pretending like they want to be a part of the movement and they want to be a part of Black Lives Matter, but really, in all, they just really out there. That's why they're destroying our buildings and our other places of, you know.
It's like
I hate that
operations.
Yeah.
People probably aren't gonna agree with what I say, but I feel like we were destroying each other before. Like I don't feel like we were much of.
Are we gonna get real? We're gonna get real.
We get real.
Yeah.
We cannot.
that's true.
Here's a problem. We cannot expect other races to respect us if we don't respect ourselves.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
you know.
And that's the truth. That's the truth, because if you think about it, other races, no matter if they hate each other, even like Hispanics, white
They
people,
stick together.
They stick together.
There's
Like
so much hate in our community. People don't want to.
they got more businesses and they're together than we do as black people as a whole. Like we'll support an Asian nail shop rather than support a black
Our
person
own
who's
people,
doing
right.
nails or selling hair. You know, and it'd be like some hater shit, like, oh, she's doing nails or she's selling hair. I'm not gonna support her, but you'll support the person who don't like you though.
I don't like this
beyond
beyond
that.
that
In
though.
what way?
I feel like it comes from how you grew up.
Everybody was raised differently.
Right. I feel like it comes from your family background and what you endured in life. Like, what did you experience in life? That could change your whole perspective. Like, even if you were raised a certain way, you may still take a different path.
Yeah.
If I'm speaking like from personal experience, I was raised in a predominantly white, community.
Suburban.
My mom wouldn't even let me go to HBCU. I wanted to so bad, but she wouldn't, I think that has affected my perspective and my outlook on like things that we go through as a people, because I feel like I have gotten more hate from my own people than from like white people.
Because you're different. And a lot of people don't analyze just because somebody is different or came from a different background or is a certain way or talks a certain way or carries
I
themselves
wasn't
a
black
certain way.
Oh,
We've all been through that,
yeah.
I'm sure. But it's just, I think, coming to your own identity and learning who you are. And I think a lot of people care too much what other people think, so they adapt to that trendy thing, like, oh, I need to do this or I need to do that to fit in, instead of having their own identity.
They don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Or they don't want to. Maybe they just don't like themselves, I don't know.
Definitely.
Like, when I say there's self-hate in our community, there's a lot of self-hate in our community. People don't want to talk about that, but like that's what the real problem is.
I also think in our community, they don't address mental health that much.
Oh, well, you're talking to a Navy veteran.
I feel like growing up, I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't addressed, but I feel like it was just kind of pushed on the table. And
Pray
as a child,
to God, go to church, read the Bible.
Yeah.
It's not.
And it's not, it's just like, as a child, if that's what you're giving and you're going through something mentally, you grow up and you try to hide it. Like, you know what I mean? And that's not
Don't
healthy.
address it.
Right. So you just go through life not addressing stuff. But I think that's where self-awareness comes in. And it's hard because if you don't have...
Everybody's not reflective on who they are.
Right.
Or they're not analytical, period. That's a real problem.
Yeah. That's totally true.
I can't tell you how many conversations, like I'm actually happy that we're having this conversation, because I can't tell you how many people I've met and it's just no mental stimulation whatsoever.
No.
It's like, what the fuck?
Like, is there a brain there?
There's a lot of numb-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I feel like it's people that have these thoughts or have these...
But they don't want to speak on it.
Right, because the people they surround themselves with...
They don't want to dummy themselves down.
Right,
They don't
they're
feel
talking
like their
about-
opinion doesn't matter.
Right, they're talking about other things. But I feel like a lot of people have these conversations in their head. Maybe they don't. I could be wrong.
I don't think they do. I used to think that.
Really?
Now, I think a lot of people are really, really sheep.
I think they're
in our
distracted.
generation. Maybe distracted, yeah.
Yeah. Or they feel like they don't want to be judged off of what they say, so they don't say it at all. They just agree with everybody else.
I don't even think some people go that deep though.
And
I think some people are really
I do. I understand. Yeah, totally understand.
like all they care about is like, I have experienced personally like people that they care about like their image and that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing deeper. There's nothing deeper than that. You know?
Yeah,
When you
yeah.
got
Or what
your
people think
image
about
of
them.
you, like them same people gonna be at your funeral telling who you really were.
And they don't
outside
even
of
know
that
none
image.
damn
Right.
thing.
Like
No,
I've
nothing.
literally been around people that like hung around people and was A school coons and didn't even know each other's names.
That's sad.
Like
It be like that though.
But we're going to conclude that session as far as COVID-19 and matter. We're going to start speaking on things that we want to personally talk about.
I personally just wanted to. I mean, there's not really much else. I don't know if y'all have things going on personally, but I think right now, the state of the world.
I want to be
needs
happy.
wake up.
I want to be happy. You know. Like she was talking
What
about
defines
mental illness.
happiness for you?
I don't know yet. I really can't answer that. You know. I guess it would just being able to be myself without always feeling judged.
Yeah.
So what do you feel judged on?
That's true.
I feel like I feel judged on my skin tone. I feel like I feel judged on how I articulate my words. I feel like I feel judged on my sexual orientation, my mental illness. You know, I deal with depression. I deal with mood disorder. So I feel like I'm judged on that. I feel like I'm always having to be somebody else and not truly be myself.
Yeah.
I feel like when I am vulnerable and I show vulnerability and I try to be myself, it backfires.
So are you comfortable with being
That's
yourself,
not
or do you
fair.
feel like you step high? Are you more comfortable being yourself?
I feel like I
Or
have.
your
I feel
representative.
like I have acclimated, and I feel like I have to. Yeah. So that bothers me. That bothers me obviously.
I mean, it would bother anybody, honestly.
And I think some people are okay with accommodating, right?
They are, but those are people that
But not happy with themselves.
they accommodate because they haven't reached the point where they're tired.
Yeah. You gotta be tired. You gotta be tired, honestly, because that's a role. That's like having two personalities. Or egos. Like Beyonce. I'm Sasha Fierce, but then I'm Beyonce too. And then it's just like I really want to be myself. I'm tired of portraying to be this person that I really, honestly, I'm not. And it takes more energy out of me to be this person portrayed to other people because this is what people flock to. And I'm more interested in being that personality that when I'm really just being me, you know. So yeah, like
It's exhausting.
yeah, it really is. Like I used to be the type of person where I would try to conform to be somebody who I'm not, just to fit in. Then once I got to grow up and really get to know who I really was or who I really am, I was like, I don't really care what nobody think of me.
Yeah,
I know who I am.
I know who I am, but I also know who I am is not what people want to see.
Why do you care?
Well, it don't matter because those people are not for you. If they don't want to see that, then they're not for you.
But
And that's fine.
You can say that, like you can like have this black and white mentality, like there's no gray area. But like when you work in a certain field, you deal with certain people, you're used to a certain income. You do have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trade that.
You
Yeah,
know? Like, let's be honest. You know?
Yeah, that's true. But when you home by yourself, who are you?
I'm Bianca.
Okay.
When I'm out in the streets, I'm Simone.
Who's Simone?
That's my middle
Okay.
name.
Simone get freaky, huh? Child Simone.
Right. So, alright, is there anything you feel like you've struggled with as
Me?
a black woman?
As a black woman, I have struggled. Let me see. Is there anything?
If anything, not saying that all black women have
Yeah,
struggled
that's true.
at all.
Or a woman.
Right, as a woman.
I struggle with finding genuine people, like real from fake. Like, is that person really for me, or are they really against me? Are they really around me because they really, truly, and genuinely like me, or are they just around me to see if they can benefit off of me and what I have to offer to them? Whether it's knowledge
People want right now.
or whether it's financially or whatever it is, because I've came across people who have benefited me a lot more off of me more financially and mentally, because I give good advice to people when it's needed. And so, and there's been people who just want to see if they have gotten further than me. You know, you have those type of people who want to see, who just want to be around you to see, oh, well, you know, am I getting ahead of her? Or, you know, or just in competition with you and really mean you no good, you know, or just want to or bring you down. I don't need those type of people.
You touched on a good point, though. A lot of people do, when you meet them, they do size you up.
Yeah, they do. They size you up. They see, you know, okay, well, what can she bring to the table? What can she offer me? How can I benefit off of her?
So you feel like most people are like that?
No, I don't feel like most people are like that because there are some really, truly genuine people. I feel like there are people out there who, like, you can offer me something that I don't know, and I can offer you something you don't know. We both can grow together. I'm the type of person where, shit, if I'm down and you down, let's build a plan to get back up. Like, for real.
Let's do it together.
Let's do it together.
A mutual partnership.
And I'm not the type of person to knock another woman down or knocking nobody down. Like, no, if you're down and I'm up, then I'm gonna bring you where I'm at, and if not further than where I'm at. Like, you know, and I expect the same in return. But there's, yeah, I don't know.
You think it's more of a generational thing?
I think it's just been like that for years. You know, there are people who are like that. It's been like that for years. But I think back in the day, back when our parents was growing, I don't think they was really like too much on that. As far as like,
I think
more
is way different than what
yeah.
it is now.
Well, you know, we didn't have
Everybody is stereotyping. Everybody want to be on top. Everything is, oh, who got the most popularity? Who got the most views? Who got the most gain?
But that's the world we live in now because it's ruled by
Yeah.
social media.
Oh my god!
Like, we didn't have that back in the day. We was outside playing with a Skippy.
Okay.
Or like our
Hopscotch.
parents had a new refrigerator. We playing with the box. Like, we didn't know none of that.
For real.
Like, we was entertained by the most simple things. Like, all that stuff, we didn't have.
We didn't have.
That's why I think,
we really had cell phones.
right, our generation was able to appreciate more things because we didn't have all those, I'm not going to say distractions, but it is a distraction.
It is a distraction.
When you get tired of your child, or, I'm not saying all people.
Yeah.
Give them a phone.
Give them the phone, yeah, exactly. You know, and hell, I can't lie. Sometimes I can be guilty of that as well. Should give my baby the phone sometimes, but hell, in the same breath, it's like, shoot, I'm still a mom. I still do what I gotta do as a mother. So yeah, we're gonna play. We're gonna learn together. I'm gonna, you know,
That's
take
not
you
your
places.
adult too, though. Like, you
It's
still
not.
interact.
Of course. That's why she's so damn smart.
She is very smart.
Very, very. Yeah. And she's so civil.
So, how long do y'all think this COVID thing, like, what do you think the steps of COVID would be, or how it would end?
I think
The rest of 2020 is gone.
I think they waited till 2020 to start it. I think they put it out there in years. Yeah. But
I was telling you, I got really sick in like November,
really,
December. My whole house sick. And I think a lot of people got really sick like in November, December.
that's crazy. It's really crazy.
I just want to know why they trying to open up the schools.
Me too.
It's not serious. Like, even if you look at the mortality rate for COVID versus the flu,
But I'm
the
saying
numbers
with
don't even
kids, it's like,
It's crucial.
I worked in a daycare when I was younger, and that is the easiest way to get sick. Kids, because it's like kids touch everything, and they're constantly touching
And they
themselves
put
and
stuff
other
in their
people.
mouth.
So
They
doesn't
don't
that
even
mean
know
that they're not really
about.
worried about it then?
They can be, because to me, I wouldn't, if I had a child, I would not, I would do homeschool.
Yeah, I feel
Because it's just, I don't understand the purpose of it. Like, I know a lot of people probably have kids, and I speak for everybody, probably like, oh, I can't wait, you know, but it's like at the end of the day, you have to look at the health of your child. Because you don't know how everybody else in that school
is
coped with COVID. Yeah, like, you don't know.
You know who's affected at home,
Right.
their parents,
And kids are
how many people they bring around, your child.
Right, like, kids are so into everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's because it's not as serious as they're making it to be.
I think
when
they
you
know
talk
how
about New
serious
World
it is.
Order,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something to do more than that. And I think COVID was a good justification for it.
Yeah,
I think everything is planned. Like the fact that
Facts.
we went on shutdown.
Yeah.
They shut everything down. And they're like, oh, you can go to the bar, you can go do this, you can go And then everything's gonna shut
it's
down.
still here. Like
They knew the numbers were gonna rise. They planned all that because they knew people had been in the house for how long.
Yeah.
And they're gonna want to get out of the house.
Yeah. Then not to mention like, okay, why all of a sudden y'all shut everything down, but then a month later, oh, we're starting to open up everything. Okay, so y'all can affect more people. So more people because y'all are not reaching y'all numbers as much as y'all trying to in order for it to be people to be affected. So, but not to mention, let's not talk about the people who they're purposely killing in the hospital, which are black people. Okay, this woman on World Star Hip Hop made videos of how they're just literally killing black people who just come into the hospital for little minor things because they automatically say, oh, they COVID. You got COVID.
That shit is.
This woman came into the hospital saying that she had something, I forgot, but it wasn't even a fever, y'all. Her fever was normal, and they said she had COVID.
Anybody who dies right now got COVID. You know, jump on the plane, you got COVID. You know, you got COVID. You know, suicide.
She went off on that video though. She said she went off. She's like, I ain't got no fucking COVID. I only came in here just to get. I forgot what she had.
Have you
but
been
it
tested
wasn't.
for COVID?
Who, me?
I have. They have to stick this thing up your nose.
Yeah, and it hurts.
Yeah. So I work for healthcare, and I worked at a nursing home, and mind you,
Yeah, we eating this.
the administrator has no nursing background.
Mm.
So I had to work my other job. She was like, "Oh,
Administrator don't need a.
I can come by your house and swab you outside."
Oh no.
No nursing background.
How's she gonna know what to do?
And you just gonna pull it? It's a drive-by swab? No. I'm dead.
I got swabbed at the VA and I got my results coming on. They said I was negative. I was surprised, but that's what they said.
And I feel like half the tests, because they had a lot of controversy around that like the swabs were already positive. It was a lot of people, like it was, and I don't know how, this is not fact, y'all. I'm just going off of social media. Okay.
As we do.
But it was supposedly 2 nurses that swabbed and they were negative. Like they swabbed, I don't even know if they swabbed somebody, but they swabbed themselves or something. They had already been tested and they were negative, and they swabbed and put it and it came back positive. Again, these are not facts. Don't come for me. But yeah.
Herd immunity, that's the word. That's what I was talking about. That's why they're waiting for it to reach a certain population.
Yeah.
But
Boom! Smart lady.
I think we covered a lot of ground today. This was good. I'm full. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I'm over here sweating because it's so spicy.
I'm fat.
But I do thank you both for joining me. It has been wonderful.
Yes, of course. I'm still eat.
Go check out her channel.
Ariana Jasmine went in and got Ariana baby. The JS in Miami. I forgot to have a spell for that.
We're gonna put it somewhere. I'm gonna put it somewhere for y'all. Okay. But y'all, I want y'all to comment in the comments how you feel about Black Lives Matter, how it has affected you, and just your honest opinion, if anything, on COVID, Black Lives Matter. But definitely stay tuned. I will be back, and I probably won't be eating. I mean, I do like to eat. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Give this a thumbs up. Definitely leave comments and subscribe. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace, baby, baby.
I dream I know deep up my feelings for you. Watch them grow.